Thank you for watching Cooking with Victoria, and tonight I am going to cook for you some beef boneless ribeyes. Here they are here, 2 beef boneless ribeyes, no bone. I've already rinsed them off. When you purchase your meat from your meat market, you want to make sure when you bring it home that you wash it off, okay? And that's, simply with some water. You don't have to put lemon or lime or anything like that on it. This is beef. You just want to rinse it off on, both sides all the way around to get all the extra grime and whatever else might be on it from it being butchered. And then I'm going to cook with it some broccoli. I got great value broccoli that I purchased from Walmart. I have some sweet kale salad. It's a salad kit, and I purchased this at Kroger's, and it was on sale. And yes, I do buy things that are on sale. Nothing wrong with buying food that is on sale. A shout out to all my bargain shoppers. Hey. And you'll need some sunflower oil or olive oil, whatever oil you use. I use sunflower seed oil. I'm going to use one particular seasoning called Adobo. It has everything in it that you need. No need to have all those different shakers. Everything is in it. And then I'm going to use the Bragg's organic sprinkle. It's 24 herbs and spices, and it's very good. No salt in that one. It's just herbs. Okay, you'll need some tongues, and then of course you'll want to either use a skillet that you can put in the oven, such as a cast iron skillet, or you can use a skillet and you can use pan that you can put in the oven, because we're going to use stovetop and we're going to use the oven. What you'll want to do right now is go ahead and get your oven preset and heat it to 375. You'll want to go ahead and I don't know how you want to cook your broccoli, but I'm going to cook mine by steaming it. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and put a pot on the stove with 2 cups of water so it can get a rolling boil. And I'm going to pour some of that off. That's just so I can have it going while I'm talking. And then I'll come back and show you the salad. So here we go. So to get started, you've rinsed off your steaks. And now what we're going to do is we're going to season them. So you're going to first put some of your olive oil or whatever oil you use. I use sunflower seed oil. You're going to coat both of your steaks with the oil of your choice. Don't forget to always have you a sink of soapy water ready to go for you to keep your hands sanitized and clean so that you don't E. coli yourself and make others sick. All right. So back to our steaks. We're going to go ahead and put the oil on them. All right, I have all my seasonings and everything open, ready to go, so I don't have to touch the tops. And I'm going to pour oil on the steaks. And then I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to rub it in. Rub it in. Make sure your nails are clean. I kind of keep my nails cut short, so I don't have that problem. You can pour the oil again if you want to on that side, but you don't have to, because if you pour enough the first time, it's going to run off the steak and run underneath, and so it's already on this side. So now what I'm going to do is wash my hands so that I can grab my seasoning. Now what you'll want to do is go to your stove and cut your stove on like the heat of like mine is on 3, and you want to add oil to your skillet, or to your skillet. I said pan. And then after that, you'll want to let that kind of get hot, And then you want to bring your steaks over after we season them, and what we're going to do is we're going to sear them on both sides. And by searing it, you're going to lock in the flavor. You don't need a lot of oil, just very little, just enough to sear them. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and pour our seasoning on. And since you're searing, you kind of can over season. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. And when you season, yes, you want to go high so that it can fall all over. And what I do is, I pat it in like so. And then what I'll do is I will season the other side after I put it in the skillet. That's what I do. And you can rub it on the side and get some, season the sides and get the fat and everything. You want to season it well. See how I'm rubbing it and getting it in there? Don't be afraid to season your meat, because you're going to sear and lock in all of this flavor. Now, if you don't have adobo, you can just simply use salt and pepper, or you can also do garlic salt and pepper, or you can do onion powder, garlic powder, and garlic salt and pepper. Just however you like to season your steak, whatever your method is. Okay, so my oil is hot, so now we're going to go ahead and go over to the stove. Alright, so when oil is hot, you'll start to see it'll start to get like little waves in it when you don't have a lot in it. Of course, you could always just put a little tap of your seasoning in it to see if it sizzles, but you don't want it to be too hot. You just want it to be just right. So I'm going to go ahead and add my steaks. So now what I'm going to do is take and put the seasoned side down. Hear that? That's it. I have them both in there. It's on, like I told you, number 3, which is like a low medium, and it's searing. I'm going to go wash my hands real quick. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and season the other side while those are searing. You do not have to pat the seasoning in if you don't feel like it's safe. You can pre-season both sides before you put it in the skillet, but I'm safe with it because I've been doing it for years, so I'm just going to go ahead and pat that in. You want to let it sear on each side for about 2 minutes. Okay, so this one went in first. I'm going to check it. And you see how it looks. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on its side, and I'm going to sear that fat. I'm going to lock in the flavor all the way around if possible. Just kind of work around it. Both sides, all the way around. And let it sear on that side. That's how it will look. It will look brown. And do the same for this one. Well, this one I don't have to worry about it, but if it was as meaty as the other one, I would. I am actually going to do it on this side. That's going to help your meat hold its flavor. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and put it on the other side. And let those sear for 2 minutes. Then we're going to transfer it to our pan in our preheated oven of 375 degrees. Okay, it's been 2 minutes and it should be ready. Yes, so now I'm going to transfer them to my pan that's going to go in the oven. So it has been 2 minutes, it should be ready. I'm going to transfer it to my pan that's going to go in the oven. I have this oils and juices left in the seasoning from the steaks being seared. Now I'm going to pour some of my alright, I poured it on top of our steaks. Okay, these are going to go in the oven, and I'm going to set my timer for 13 minutes. These steaks are about 1.5 inches thick, and so for steaks that are 1 inch to 1.5 inches, you want to, if you like your steaks to be medium well, you want to put them in the oven for 13 minutes per side. So I'm going to put the timer for 13 minutes, and then I'm going to put them in the oven. And then when that timer goes off, I'll come and see how they look, and then I'll put them on another 13 minutes. Alright, they are in the oven, as you can see. And you want it to be at position 1 to the 3rd notch from the top. You don't want it to be too close, but you want it to be just right. Alright, so here we are. 13 minutes. I'll see you. The steaks look good, so I'm going to go ahead and put the timer on for another 13 minutes. Then we're going to start working on our sides real quick. Okay, so to steam the broccoli in a pot on the stove, you want to put just enough water to touch the bottom of the pot. I've already started boiling mine, as you can see, and so what I'm going to do is go ahead and open the broccoli and put it into the pot. Okay, so this is the broccoli in the pot, and it is on medium high. Let's see, number 8. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and cover it. I'm not going to add any seasonings to it or anything until after it steams. Okay, so I'm going to cover it and let it go for 10 minutes. When you're steaming it, you don't want to let it get overdone. If it's overdone, the color will change from like that pretty green to like a dull green. That's how you know you've overcooked it. So you can keep an eye on it. You can say 5 minutes and then come back and look at it and see, want to make sure, of course, that it's first warm and and that it has the texture that you like for your family. Alright, so now for the salad, it comes pre-mixed already and pre-washed, but I still like to, I like to go ahead and still wash mine, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up, put it in the sink in a strainer, and I'm going to rinse it, and then I'm going to put the strainer in another bowl so that it can drain. Alright, to my salad, I'm going to add some Organic Girl super greens and rinse it off and strain it, and then we're going to make a quick little additional sauce or topping for our steaks. Checking back on our broccoli, this right here is 5 minutes in. This is how it looks. This is how yours should look. So I'm going to go another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to cut it off. Alright, so I'm rinsing my salad. pretty much has everything in it that I need. I don't have to add anything else. But I am going to chop up some green bell pepper, and I'm going to add that, and of course I'm going to add some red cherry tomatoes. And that's pretty clean. This salad is really clean. Okay, so when our steaks come out of the oven, what you're going to do is we're going to make a quick little garlic butter. So what you do is you take butter and you take garlic, and you're going to basically just combine the two together. You're going to peel your garlic, mince it up, take about 2 tablespoons of butter and just mix them up together. And then what we're going to do is when the steaks come out of the oven, they have to rest for 10 minutes in order for them to be tender and not tough. So they've cooked, now they have to rest. And when they rest, they finish cooking internally, and then they become relaxed so that they're enjoyable when you eat. And so while it's doing that phase, we're going to have our garlic butter on top of it. And that's just going to add an additional flavor. And you can also put some parsley in this too if you like. Parsley is very healthy, very nutritional. It has a lot of health benefits. And it's good for color. Alright, our timer has gone off. That means it's time to take our steaks out. So we are taking them out. Alright, we've taken the steaks out. This is what they're going to look like, or they'll look something like this. And so now I'm going to continue working on our garlic butter and checking on our broccoli. Alright, it's time to cut it off. Broccoli's off. Now we're going to go finish our garlic butter, and we're going to throw that on top. And then after we get that together, if you have it together beforehand, you'll put it on immediately. Set your timer for 10 minutes. Okay, so here's my garlic chopped up, and here's my, this is curly Italian parsley, and here's the butter, 1-2 tablespoons, as I said. I'm going to mix that up and put it on the steaks. To mix it up, you'll use a fork and a spoon to get everything combined together. Alright, it will look something like this, and now we're going to add 1 tablespoon to each steak. Alright, it's going to look just like so, and you're going to let those steaks rest for 10 minutes. I have a little bit of butter left with garlic and parsley. I'm going to add that to my broccoli so I don't waste it. Alright, on my broccoli I'm going to put a little bit of garlic salt on it, and that's it, nothing else. After we cut it off and I left the top on, it looks like this, okay? Because it continues to cook after you turn it off with the lid on that locks in that heat. So we have about 5 minutes left for our steaks, and we're going to chow down. So about 5 minutes into your steak resting, your butter should start to look like this. Quick tip, you could also take some butter out and let it be room temperature, and that'll make it quicker and easier for it to melt over your steak. If you take it straight out the fridge cold, it could take a little longer, or it may not melt as well. But this is what you want. Alright, this is the finished picture. This is your steak. This is what your butter's going to look like at 10 minutes or a little bit after. It's been 12 minutes for me. Here's your nice, lovely steaming broccoli. Here's your salad. Yum, yum. I'm going to use creamy French dressing, a Kroger brand. I love Kroger. This dressing is really good. And tonight I'm going to pair this meal with a wine that I've been drinking for some years. It's called San Antonio Winery, and it's Cardinal American Sweet Red. It won the American Winery of the Year 2018 award from Wine Enthusiast, and it is very good wine. Okay, very good wine. It's been around since 1917. If you haven't had it, you gotta try it. So thank you tonight for watching Cooking with Victoria. I really do appreciate your support. Please tell all your friends and families about my channel, and I hope that you've enjoyed what I've cooked so far. If you have a request, please send it my way. I will make it for you. God bless you. Oh, and yes, let me go ahead and do the taste test. Okay, so I cut it open, and as you can see, after letting it rest for 10 minutes, this steak right here is medium well to well done. Okay, if you don't want it to come out this done, what you'll want to do is pull it out of the oven. Instead of doing 13 minutes aside, you'll want to do let's do 10 minutes aside. Okay, or what you can do is do 13 minutes on one side, and then when you set the timer again for the second time, you will want to do it for like maybe, I'm gonna say 7 to 10 minutes. Okay, but this steak is perfect. This is what I want, and now I'm gonna taste it. Here is my taste. Guys, this is delicious. Forgive me for smoking. Again, thank you for watching Cooking with Victoria. Tell all your friends and family about this recipe. Cook it for your man, cook it for your girlfriend, cook it for your grandfather, your grandmother, your sister, brother, your mother, your dad, anybody that you love. And honey, they will feel the love. Okay? Bye-bye, and God bless.